on test equipment, and when I first started at NCR back in the 60s, their computers had tubes in them, and the first computer that we put together down there, it fit the room about 60 by 100 and filled the whole thing up, and 25 years later, you could put about 100 computers in the same room, so they changed a lot quicker, but I enjoyed it. Actually, the two jobs that I had, when NCR left, I took a year off, and I taught the college over here for a couple of years, and but then one day there I heard of a job with Johnson Controls, and I thought, well, I'll try it, and I wound up working about 18 years for them, and retired from there, and one with Johnson Controls I really liked, because I could get outside. I had everything from Columbus, Ohio to Pittsburgh, and from Cambridge down to Charleston, West Virginia, so I had a pretty good route, but I was home every night, and every day you got up, you didn't know where you was going to go or what you was going to do, so I made a lot of fun out of it.
Yeah, QFL, well, I go to one plant, and I stay there for 12 hours, so I envy you on that one. It is what it is, over.
Oh yeah, but when I worked for NCR, I put 25 years in a room without any windows. So you walk in the dark, and you come back out when the sun was going down. You didn't have the foggiest idea what was going on outside. And I didn't like that all that well. And then I come home and work on the farm in the evenings, and I built my own house, so it took a couple of years, evenings and weekends, and it was a lot of fun. Actually, the two jobs I had I liked so much, I told people I didn't work, I was just having fun.
That's right, I'm just playing. The wife asked me all the time, she said, what do you do? I said, I play. That's about all I do. I play, and sometimes I get paid money for it, over.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you do something you like to do and you really enjoy it, you don't work. You just have an enjoyable day. I still do a little contract work every once in a great while. I go out and do fire inspections and stuff like that, but I give about, I haven't found a rocking chair yet, and I'm not looking for one, but once in a great while I go out doing a fire inspection in a building or something like that, but you got to keep active. When you retire, you don't sit down, because you sit down and it takes it takes more work to get up than what it is to work.
QFL, yeah, and I'm also EMS and firefighter 1 and 2 trained, and so there you go. And yeah, at my job, I got oh my goodness, all kinds of training going on, but never know what day I'm working, what day I'm training. I have to keep that schedule kind of tight and keep everything on the farm going at the same time, over.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever hear that poem that they put out, God Made a Farmer?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, read that thing. It's really good. It talks about what all a farmer does and everything else. He gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and works till 5 o'clock at night, and then he goes home and eats supper and everything, and then he goes back to work again till about dark, and then he cleans up and goes to town to a basketball game with his kids and all that, and but it's really a good poem. If you ever get a chance, read that thing.
I definitely will, because that's the life I live, that's for sure. My kids are all grown, and just me and the wife now, so it's me solo on 88 acres, which I don't grow a whole lot. I got about 35 acres actually farm over.
That's good enough, and yeah, I just had the one daughter, and she lives out the road from me. I had to build a house to get rid of her, then it was just the wife and I up till the day before New Year's, and she died, so it's just me now, so all I do is work around here and play on the radio and talk to myself. I got to the point where I haven't answered myself yet, so I'm still good.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. I really am, man. I know, that many years. I've been married to my wife for going on 28 years now, so I couldn't imagine life without her, over.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of rough a little bit every now and then, but I guess you never get used to it, but it's just one of the things you get, just kind of get used to it. But we was married 53, and but that's the way life goes, I guess. But yeah, I've been keeping busy around here. It's getting springtime up here, and the only doggone thing is that about the last month or so, the weather was nice. I could get outside, but the last couple of weeks it snowed and cold and everything else, and I'm not an indoors person, so I don't sit around and read the wallpaper on the walls. If I did, I'd probably have to buy something out of the want ad. I'm just hoping the weather breaks pretty soon. I can get outside and do something.
Oh, absolutely. You just like me. I can't stand sitting in the house. I got to get out and go.
Oh yeah, I usually go out at night and run around the woods and all that, but I kind of gave that up anymore. They say there's one of them Bigfoot guys runs around here, and I don't know whether to believe there's one or not, but there is something around here, and I don't know what it is, but I've been scared out of the woods more than once, and of course, I don't run as fast as I used to, so I don't go to the woods as much anymore, but they say now about a mile north of me there, they found great big footprints in an old logging road, and I saw the darn things. I'd hate to meet the character that made those footprints, because they was I think it was 22 inches long and about 8 inches wide, and they made a pretty deep footprint, so I don't know what did it, but I don't think I'd want to meet one. Go ahead.
That's where I carry a 45 on my side everywhere I go. If he can stand up to a 45, 1911 45, yes sir, 45 ACP, he better man than I am, over.
Oh yeah. If I empty the gun in him and he keeps coming, I'm just going to hand him a gun and say it's his turn.
That's correct. After about 8 rounds, if he totes all them, I'll hand the gun to him and bow down on the daggone ground after that.
Oh yeah. I've heard squalls in the woods and wood knocks, and they say they're supposed to be. And even the guys, there's a program on television there that Expedition Bigfoot or something like that. Those guys were actually up here, and they investigated these things around here, and they say they're here, but I don't know. I thought I saw one once, but I'm not too sure, and I saw this big hairy thing going down through the woods, and I didn't stick around to figure anything out. I just kind of went the other direction about that. I still hold the record for the 50-yard dash from high school.
It didn't take you long to figure that one out, did it? Yeah. Well, I did run track back in high school years ago. And I spent 9 years in the Army, and after that, I came back home, and I've been working industrial maintenance ever since. Over.
Oh yeah, well, I never got to go to the service. I graduated from high school, I think, a month before my 18th birthday, and the day after my birthday, I was on the way to Fort Hays to take my physical, and they said, they told us when we got on the bus to go over there that if you passed your physical, you wasn't coming home. And, well, I didn't pass my physical. They sent me back home. The next month, they sent me back again. And I took my physical again, back home. Next month, they sent me back again. And finally, the guys up there said, you tell the Selective Service Board down there that you ain't coming back no more. And they said I had a heart murmur, but nobody has ever found it. It's just those was the ones that found it. And I never knew I had the darn thing, and the doctors around here, they couldn't find it anywhere, and even to this day, they haven't found it yet. So they kept me out of the service, which kind of made me about half man, because I was going to join and put my 20 years in and retire, but that didn't work out either.
You were too excited. That's why you had the murmur, over.
Yeah, I guess, but that was right when Vietnam was starting up, and most of the guys that I went up there with, most of them wound up over in Vietnam, and but a couple of them didn't come back, and a few of them did, so I must have been one of the lucky ones there, or somebody knew something that I shouldn't have been there, so, but it worked out, and because I played football in high school and baseball, and I ran track 1 year, and I broke the record for the 50-yard dash. The only reason it's still in the record books is because the next year they did away with the darn thing. So I still hold the record for it.
What do you run, like a 4-1?
I think somewhere right around there. I think 415 or something like that. But that was 60 years ago, and I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Yeah, I understand that one. I can tell you everything I did 50 years ago, but I can't tell you what I did 10 minutes ago, over.
Oh, yeah. I can think a lot better when I take my shoes off, except when it's in the wintertime, my feet gets cold. But I don't know. But I was a linebacker and wide receiver on the football team. Back when I played, you went both ways. The only guy that come out of the game during the whole game was the quarterback, and I guess he was more valuable than the rest of us.
Well, I hate to tell you, I was the quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but and in fact, we had a quarterback and he got about half mad because he couldn't stay on the field and play ball, but they always brought him out. I don't know whether that was a rule or what, but they always got to come out, and us guys got to stay in. I think I only missed, I think 2 plays in my senior year, and I cracked a couple ribs, and I kind of hobbled over to the sidelines. The trainer taped me up and sent me back in. So, but it was a lot of fun, though. But of course, when I played, they didn't have a bird cage in front of your face. All we had was a bar, and that was a pretty good handle to get a hold of.
And back then, it wasn't exactly illegal if you got away with it.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but and then what we found out, it didn't, you couldn't really bend the rules all that much. One set of officials would, if you stepped on the field, you got penalized, and then in the next game, you could knock the guy out with a sledgehammer, they wouldn't penalize you, so you just kind of had to play on the ref's terms.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I was a first string quarterback, and then I went second string in my junior year to let this new guy come up, and oh boy, they pulled me back in the game, and yeah, normally when we were like behind by like 14 or so, it's just the way it went over.
Oh yeah, and then when football season was over, I played in the band, and so I played the band the rest of the year, and if it wasn't for playing football and playing in the band, I wouldn't have graduated, because you needed 16 credits, and if you played football, you got a quarter of a credit, and if you played in the band, you got a half a credit, and those credits is what got me graduated.
Well, what instrument did you play?
I played clarinet and sax, and played some drums one year. And then I got out of high school. The guy that got me into ham radio, I had a square dance band, and so he taught me how to play guitar, and so I got pretty good at it, and I went down and I played on the Jamboree in Wheeling about 5 or 6 years, and then I played in Mac Weisman's band. He's a good great bluegrass player, and I played in his band for about 5 years, and then I played in a polka band on Friday nights down there.
QFL. I've been playing guitar since I was 8 years old. And my first guitar was from Sears and Roebuck. It was a completely plastic called a Tiger Sun. Over.
Oh, yeah. I got the one I played in, it was a Silvertone electric with a dual pickup on it. That's the one I played on a Jamboree with, and I got a acoustical silver tone that I just kind of play with around here. I don't play around here too much anymore because I scare all the cows away.
QFL, yeah, I got quite a collection here of guitars. I really do. I got Gibsons, Taylors, Takamines. I mean, you name it, I've got a bunch of them. Over.
Oh yeah, I just got those too, and in fact I got to work on them. The old Silvertone, the electric one. Somehow the fretboard came up a little bit, and right up there at the top of the neck, the fretboard itself came up, and the keys, the top two keys or the strings on the darn thing hit the fretboard, so you got to tune in about 4 notes lower than the rest of it to keep the thing in tune. And then about 5 years ago, we had a big storm come up through here, and it blew our barn down, and I went out and I was cleaning it up, and I was moving the beams around with a